It began, as most things do in human history, with a dare. "Bet you 10 credits you won't go near it," said Corporal Jake Vinton, leaning back on a supply crate, his boots kicked up, and a grin tugging at the edge of his lips. Private Miko Tanaka, eyes narrowed and ever the stubborn one, responded instantly. "Make it 20 and I'll camp a night inside." Behind them, a holographic warning shimmered in low red pulses. Restricted black zone. No entry. No return. ***. Orbiting on the edge of the Vashti system. The black zone was the kind of mystery that sent shivers through the veteran species of the Galactic Accord. Over a dozen expeditions had entered it in the last 300 years. None returned. No distress signals. No wreckage. Just silence. Even autonomous drones vanished without trace. Galactic scholars theorized dimensional rifts or advanced weaponry. Some whispered of a sentient void. But the effect was the same. Total disappearance. Naturally, the humans showed up late, cocky, and annoyingly curious. Jake and Miko were part of the Earth Alliance's first recon unit assigned to the Accord's border territories. When the Alliance saw the black zone, they didn't seal it off. They marked it curious. Possibly hostile. Caution advised. ***. The warning signs became more like invitations. "I'm serious," Miko said, brushing a strand of hair from her face. Her tone shifted. It wasn't just about a dare anymore. We can't keep letting fear dictate the unknown. Everyone's so terrified of this place, but no one's learned anything. If humans are good at one thing, it's walking into danger and finding out what's on the other side. Jake gave a sideways glance. "Or dying in new and inventive ways. Or laughing while we do it." She smiled. He sighed. That was that. The mission was quickly approved. Not because the Earth Alliance Command wanted to risk 2 of their soldiers, but because behind the curtain, Terran science divisions were eager to test a new hybrid drone-hardened suit. Miko was its volunteer tester. She called it Rexy, short for Recon Experimental Suit Y4. With AI-enhanced reflex boosts, auto-sealing puncture patches, and a prototype cognitive buffer, she practically wore a walking tank. Still, everyone on base said their goodbyes like it was a funeral. The drop was silent. 1 minute she was in orbit. The next, her shuttle disappeared into that black velvet mass on planetary approach. No flashes, no turbulence. Just silence. What she saw when she stepped out made her question everything she'd believed about physics. The sky was wrong. Above her was a shattered mirror of a cosmos. Stars glitched in and out of existence. The ground beneath her feet looked like obsidian glass, yet made soft, crunchy sounds when she stepped. The air wasn't air. It had texture, like velvet soaked in static. And the trees, if you could call them that, grew in impossible spirals, twisting into the sky before dissolving into mist. "Rexy, skin everything," she whispered. Her HUD flickered with symbols. Most were nonsense. The suit kept recalibrating, as if the environment kept rewriting its rules. What the hell is this place? She walked deeper, her boots marking no path. Her scanner kept flipping. Local time was both 1,400 hours and 3 million BC. Her AI assistant, Archimedes, tried to log samples but returned corrupted files. The suit reported that her heart rate remained steady, yet her emotional center was off the charts. Then came the voices. Not loud, not direct, just whispers. Alien tongues brushing her mind's edge like gentle feathers dipped in old static. She froze. Rexy's defense systems auto-primed, but there was no target. The feeling was curiosity, not aggression. She spoke aloud just to break the silence. "I'm not here to hurt you." The whispers stopped. She walked another mile. Still nothing physically threatening. No monsters. No traps. No dimensional rifts tearing her in half. Just oddness. Like the laws of reality were being politely bent. And then she saw it. A helmet, lying gently against the base of a spiral tree. Old, cracked, faded. Her heart kicked. She lifted it carefully. Not human. Not recent. There were scratches on the side in what looked like Varnan script. The squid-like species who disappeared here over 200 years ago. Miko opened her comms. "Jake, if you're getting this, I've got a positive ID on an old Varnan helm. Not decayed. Not damaged by force. It's like it was left in peace. This place, it's not hostile. It's just weird." No response. She didn't panic. Instead, she laughed. A single short laugh. The absurdity of standing in an uncharted void, holding an alien's helmet like it was some lost treasure. She should have been afraid. But she wasn't. The deeper she moved, the more surreal it became. Rivers flowed uphill. Birds sang with colors, not sounds. One tree leaned toward her, seemingly offering fruit that pulsed with bioluminescence. Miko refused to touch it, but she waved politely. She wasn't sure why. It just felt right. She camped under a tree that looked like woven glass. The suit maintained atmosphere and heat. That night, the stars above rearranged into a human smile. She chuckled. Either I'm going crazy, or this place has a sense of humor. She woke up without incident. No dreams. No threats. No black holes trying to eat her. On the third day, she stumbled onto a dome, a perfect sphere hovering a meter off the ground. Its surface mirrored her perfectly, down to the blinking of her eyes. She reached out. The moment her fingers touched it, her suit froze. Not in a dangerous way, more like a full pause. And then a voice, crisp, calm, neither male nor female. You are not like the others. She blinked. Define others. Those who came in fear. You came with wonder. Laughter. No one has laughed here before. She stepped back slowly. What is this place? The sphere pulsed. A mirror. A test. A recording. A choice. You mean like a trap? Not a trap. An invitation. Those who scream are consumed. Those who learn walk free. And those who laugh, they are remembered. The sphere faded. In its place, a path of light extended toward the mountains, glowing steps leading to somewhere deeper. Miko exhaled. Well then, let's find out how deep this rabbit hole goes. She clicked her suit's recorder on. Entry log 2. The black zone is not a void. It's a sentient playground, and I think it likes us. Or at least, it doesn't hate curiosity. I'm going further. If I don't make it, tell Jake I still want those 20 credits. And with that, she walked toward the light, laughing softly as the ground rippled beneath her like ripples in a lake, welcoming her forward. Back at the border station, Jake stared at the monitor, blinking with disbelief as Miko's signal suddenly returned. Alive. Holy crap, she did it. She actually walked out laughing. Miko followed the glowing path deeper into the heart of the black zone, her breath steady, boots crunching softly against ground that didn't quite feel like ground. Every step forward made the world more abstract, more dreamlike. Shapes twisted gently out of the air, like the zone was inventing them as she moved. Once, she swore she saw a corridor of doors forming from mist, each marked with symbols she didn't understand, yet felt like memories. The suit's AI, Archimedes, continued to struggle. Sensors recalibrating again, it droned. You and me both, Miko muttered. Jake's voice still hadn't come through, but the signal trace on her HUD pulsed green now instead of flatline red. That meant something. Maybe the zone was letting her talk again. Maybe it was watching. The path ended at a cliffside where gravity turned sideways. Miko tilted her head. The mountains weren't above her. They curled like a wave crashing inward. A massive arch spanned between two inverted peaks, made from material that looked like stretched diamond. At the center of the arch stood a figure. Not humanoid. Not alien. It had no fixed form. It shimmered. Sometimes a woman, sometimes a bird, sometimes just light. Miko slowed. Her voice wavered. Hello. The figure looked at her, if that motion could be called looking, and tilted its head. Why do you seek? Because everyone else ran. And you laugh. Laughter isn't fear. It's how humans look into chaos and say not today. The shimmer pulsed. Miko thought she heard something like a chuckle. Then let us test that laughter. The ground beneath her split, not violently, but gently like 2 pages of a book turning. She floated downward into a hollow chamber lit by soft bioluminescence. It was massive, cavernous, filled with machinery that didn't seem to obey physics. Gears turned with no anchors, walls bent space inward. And at its center, a dais with 5 pedestals. On each pedestal, an item. A cube, a scroll, a crystal, a single drop of water suspended midair, and a mirror that reflected nothing. Archimedes buzzed urgently. Warning. Unknown temporal energy detected. The structure ahead is generating time loop feedback. Miko stepped forward. A voice, not the shimmer but something deeper, spoke through the chamber. Choose your question. Miko blinked. What? Each object offers a question, but only one brings clarity. Others bring confusion. You're telling me I have to guess? No. You must understand. She approached the pedestal with the mirror. No reflection. Just a black void. She spoke softly. What do you see when you stop pretending? The mirror shuddered, then cracked. A sliver of light emerged from it, and with it a memory. Her own face, 6 years old, standing on Earth's Tokyo Tower, laughing as wind blew her ice cream off her cone. Her father laughing too, lifting her into the air. A voice echoing. Asterisk, nothing's ever really gone, just changed. Asterisk. Tears welled in her eyes. The other 4 objects faded. Correct, the voice said. The chamber shook and reformed into a long corridor. This one wasn't strange. It was heartbreakingly human. Steel walls, fluorescent lights, like a hospital back home. Down the hall, doors opened as she approached, showing fragments of memory that weren't hers. A Varnan child playing with a plasma hoop. A Threxian soldier writing a love letter. An Andari diplomat crying into his hands as he read a war order. These are people, she whispered. These are echoes of those who entered. You carry their last thoughts. And now / they carry yours. Miko paused. Why me? Because you did not fear. Because you carried empathy. Because you brought joy. That which we consume, we also remember. You gave laughter. We return memory. Then a new voice, *** Jake. ***. Static at first, then clearer. Ko. Miko. Are you getting this? Holy hell, we got your signal. Her comms buzzed alive. The HUD lit green. Jake. I'm here. The zones. It's not what we thought. It's a memory keeper. A place that tests intention. You sound alive. Are you okay? Better than okay. I think I'm learning why everyone else disappeared. They brought fear. They came with weapons drawn. I came with questions. And a bad sense of humor. Jake laughed, relief audible. That tracks. Can you get out? She turned. The corridor faded, replaced by a spiral staircase of starlight rising into a portal above. You may leave, said the voice. But we offer you a choice. Take what you've seen and carry it back, or stay and learn more. Others may follow, but few will see. You do. Miko hesitated. She looked around the surreal corridor, the echoes of civilizations long gone, and then back toward the light. I'll be back, she promised. But if I don't tell them what's here, no one will believe it. The path opened. With every step up, her vision warped between memories. Her family, Earth, the dome, the shimmer. Then light. She emerged at the edge of the black zone. Her ship's beacon was blinking. The shield dome had dropped. The Accord sensors were pinging like mad. Jake's voice crackled again. I see you. You're out. You actually, Miko, you're out. She stumbled forward, collapsed to her knees, laughing. Told you I'd make it. That's 20 credits. And a pizza. She looked back. The zone pulsed once, then faded to calm. A soft whisper passed the air. We remember you. The news of Miko's survival traveled faster than light. Within 48 standard hours, every Accord species had received a ping from the Terran diplomatic corps. Human entered black zone. Human returned. Alive. Laughing. Diplomats scrambled. Scientists demanded data. Religious orders declared omens. And somewhere in the bureaucracy, a quiet vote passed to approve Project Second Entry. But this time with a Terran-led team. Miko Tanaka became legend overnight. But she wasn't done. Send me back, she told Earth Alliance Command. Absolutely not, said Admiral Kessler. You've done enough. The entire galaxy's in shock. You don't need to risk yourself again. I do, she replied. Because I get it now. The zone isn't just testing visitors. It's listening, watching, responding. There's something in there. It wants us to understand something. And I've only scratched the surface. The room fell quiet. Eventually, the mission was cleared. A second expedition. 5 humans. 1 guide, Miko. They entered together, this time equipped with modified Rexy suits, optimized for ambient logic variants and psychological buffer zones. Earth's best. Still, nerves ran high. The black zone greeted them like it had been waiting. No violence. No chaos. Just mystery. But it wasn't the same as before. Miko noticed it immediately. The path didn't form. The ground didn't ripple with joy. Instead, clouds hovered low. Whispers buzzed more aggressively. And the light dimmed. She reached out to the team. Something's wrong. It's reacting differently. Dr. Astor, their xenolinguist, replied. It's like it's confused. Or threatened. Then a scream. Private Langley dropped to his knees, clutching his head. They're in my mind. They're in my memories. Miko rushed over, placing her hand on his shoulder. Breathe. Let go. Don't resist it. Just let it look. The whispers quieted. Langley gasped. His eyes cleared. They were searching for fear. For anger. I was afraid. Miko stood. The others watched her, now clearly aware. She wasn't just a soldier. She was a conduit. The shimmer returned. Taller this time. Towering. Glimmering like a wave of folded dimensions wearing a cloak of time. You return. You bring others. Miko nodded. I had to. They need to know. Some are not ready. You risk them. Then test me again. Take me deeper. Show me what you want us to learn. The shimmer paused. Then it folded inward, revealing a doorway made of memory light. Beyond it lay a vast chamber pulsing with impossible architecture. Pillars of thought, rivers of sound, platforms suspended by belief. Miko entered alone. As soon as she stepped in, her past unfolded before her like a stage play. Her childhood, her first failure as a cadet, her mother's death, her laugh, broken and hollow in an empty hospital room. Then Earth itself, burning, rebuilding, fighting. The zone didn't attack. It revealed. And then it asked her something simple. Why do you want to understand? She stared into a sphere of infinite eyes. Because we're tired of surviving. We want to live. Not in fear. Not behind shields. Not as pawns. But as something new. Something better. Then show us how. And it began. The walls became screens of the future. Potential timelines. Humans teaching other species joy. Building art across stars. Taming dying suns with humor. Teaching warlords to laugh. Reminding synthetic gods of the value of mortality. Every act of resilience became a ripple. Every chuckle. Every joke in the face of doom a revolution. The zone pulsed. Laughter is the seed of creation. And fear is the wall, Miko said. You walk without it. Others may follow. But they must laugh. They must feel. Asterisk asterisk. Miko smiled. Then I'll show them. The chamber collapsed inward. Not destructively, but like a story reaching its end. A book closing gently. She found herself outside again. The team waiting. The shimmer fading. Jake's voice came through clear now. Miko, you okay? She exhaled. Yeah, but it's not just a zone. It's a teacher. A mirror. Maybe even a dream. And we just passed the first class. Dr. Astor touched her shoulder. What now? She looked back one last time. The void was no longer black. It shimmered in color. Now, she said, we laugh. We build. And next time, we bring stories worth remembering. Epilogue. 5 years later, the Black Zone became known as the Echo Horizon, a sanctuary for thought, reflection, and transformation. Only those who entered with joy, curiosity, and humility returned. And always, always laughing. Miko Tanaka's name was etched into a new interstellar academy, the School of Luminous Curiosity. Its motto, let them hear us laugh in the dark.